Hey, Taylor Rapp here from the LA Rams. Shout out to Steve Taylor, the real sports guy, and the honorary Ram. When Steve's talks sports, you better listen. Thanks, Steve from the Rams, for your continued support and love.
Thanks for watching Keeping It Real Sports.
Yes, sir. Rocky Yassin, Keeping It Real Sports.
Appreciate you, brother. All right, man.
With Prince Bell, we rocking with Keeping It Real Sports, and we gonna be on this. We gonna be on a lot of times. I love the platform. Check in. It's the new wave. Like, follow, subscribe, and do all that good stuff.
Come on, come on. I told you I got you. Wanna talk about his game, he can talk about it. Tennis, match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Save your boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the real sports guy in the Sandman. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, gon' have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA, game over, they don't play. From the fourth quarter to the ninth inning, NASCAR wheels keep spinning. To the 18th hole, he's still in control. Guy on the go. Coach never missing the play, cause he know the deal. This keeping it real. Sports. Come on. Keeping it real. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's go indeed. It's another edition of Keeping It Real Sports. It is the Saturday edition, man. I can't wait to get to this one, man. Thanks for joining me. I got a big one planned for you today. Man, we're going to talk a little bit of boxing. I don't know if you had a chance to see the Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou fight last week. It kind of flew under the radar. It kind of happened in Abu Dhabi last Saturday. But, man, I want to talk about the outlash of that. We're going to talk about that. This week's college football poll is out. We're ranking college football now by playoffs now. We'll talk about the poll, and then I'll tell you how I feel like it should all shake out. I'm going to give you this week's pick six. I went 4-2 last week. See if I can do another winning week again this week. I feel good about my picks. I'll give you those. And then we've got NBA. We're going to talk NBA, man. I've got a big show planned for you today. Got Dale Parker. He's going to join in and kind of help me talk a little bit sports today, man. I can't wait to get to this one. But first, I want to get to what I call what's hot off the Keeping It Real Sports presses. I'm so glad Dale Parker has made it in for this one because last Saturday, this fight went off. Tyson Fury wins a controversial split decision. And my question is simply, what in the hell is the state of boxing now? Because people that know me know that I am a huge boxing avid. I can't wait till next Saturday night, in particular Toledo's own Albert the Prince Bell. He'll be fighting downtown Toledo. You get a chance to get out and see that one. I will definitely be there. We'll give you what I think about everything Monday. But this guy gets off the couch, literally, and I'm talking about Francis Ngannou, and he knocks down the heavyweight champion of the world and losing a split decision that I, quite frankly, thought he won. It's kind of disturbing to me, the fact that a man can get off the couch and go out and challenge the heavyweight champion of the world and hold his own and actually win the damn fight, in my opinion. Dale Parker, welcome in. But, dude, what in the hell should I think about boxing right now, man, and the state of boxing the way that it's going on?
Good morning, Steve. Thanks for having me on again. The state of boxing, in my opinion, is where it has always been. If you don't go in and knock the champ out or just beat him up, decisively, any close decision is going to the champ. It's been that way from the beginning of time, and it makes absolutely no sense. Because Ngannou, in my opinion, also won that fight. He put the champ down. He kept the pressure on. He was the aggressor the whole fight, and I just don't see how he lost that fight. coming off of an MMA career and this being his first actual boxing match, he not only held his own, he won that fight.
I mean, what I find disturbing is the fact that the man got off the couch and said, I can do that. And he did it. And and it's like, man, as a boxing guy, man, it's like, I mean, how am I supposed to feel about boxing when I watch this man get up off his ass, literally, and take this pummeling? And even when he had good moments, they weren't good. I mean, Ngannou had all the answers to the test, man. Like, my mouth was open. I couldn't. I didn't know. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, it's like, man,
you can't put it any better than that. A loss for word. Besides, I think Fury took him lightly because this was his first professional boxing match. Kind of like when Conor McGregor fought Floyd Mayweather. It was his first boxing match, but Floyd didn't take him lightly. Floyd knew that he was actually, a good opponent and could cause some problems for him. I think Tyson Fury came in and figured, I knocked this guy out. He's never boxed before. And he come to find out that, hey, he had a fight on his hands. And, to me, he didn't stand up to the challenge, and Ngannou won that fight.
Yeah, man. That is just tough to stomach as being a boxing purist that I am, to watch a guy have an idea, say I can do that, and actually get it done, man. Kind of bothered me. Hey, man, let's get into the college football. This is the way that the college football committee has this thing shaken out, man. Man, we kind of figured Ohio State would be number one. I'm sitting here first. Don't be surprised if they're number one. Well, indeed they are. The Georgia Bulldogs come in at number 2. The Michigan Wolverines at number 3, or should I call them the Connor Stallions? We'll get more of that here in a bit. Florida State number 4. And that's kind of where they have the top 4 playoff teams, man. I'm interested in hearing what how you feel about the top 4 teams, the way they have it, the initial rankings.
I think they got it right. Georgia, Michigan haven't really played anybody. That's why, even though Georgia's defending champs and they're undefeated, that's why they're not ranked number 1. Ohio State had the 2 big wins over Notre Dame and Penn State, and Georgia struggled in one of the games they had earlier this year, and just barely got by. Michigan, that's a whole nother story in itself. They're undefeated, but they play nothing but cupcakes. And Florida State, has surprised everybody by coming out and being a dominant team that they have been, over the early part of the season.
Yeah, they have, man. But Dale Parker, every week I do a Keeping It Real Sports top 10 poll myself. And let's get to my poll. This is the way I saw it, the way I think this thing should have shaken out. Man, I have Oklahoma at number 10. At number 9, I have the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. At number 8, I have the Alabama Crimson Tide. And at number 7, I have the Texas Longhorns. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting, my friend, because at number 6, I have the Florida State Seminoles. At 5, I have the Oregon Ducks. And that leads me to my playoff teams, which number 4 would be the Washington Huskies. Number 3, the Michigan Wolverines. Number 2, the Buckeyes of Ohio State. And number 1, the Georgia Bulldogs. And my reasoning, Dale Parker, is because to be the man, you got to beat the man. And the thing that I like about Georgia, they got up off the deck last week and they landed a big-time haymaker without Brent Bowers. Bowers is responsible for 35% of their offense. Man, the way that they was able to dismantle Florida in the capacity that they did without their top playmaker lets me know that, yeah, it's a little bit more to Georgia than what people want to give them credit for.
Oh, definitely. Georgia is, in my opinion, the best team in the nation. I don't have an issue with your poll, just like I really don't have an issue with the CFP, poll itself. But the only reason why I believe that they put Ohio State over Georgia at this time is because of the 2 wins that Ohio State had over Notre Dame and Penn State. The Washington Huskies, they beat a real tough Oregon team, or should I say, Oregon gave them that game.
Yeah, Oregon beat itself. Oregon beat itself.
Going for it 3 times on 4th downs instead of taking points on 2 of them, and then the last one trying to finish the game out. But Washington's going to be a tough team. Everything's going to come out in the wash at the end. You got Ohio State playing Michigan, the last week of the season. Then you got the championship game for each conference. So Georgia's probably going to end up playing Alabama. Alabama's going to be the sneaky team. You got a chance to sneak in, even though they got an early loss. But they've been playing a lot better than they were earlier in the season.
Because man, the polls never come out. The initial polls, they never end like that. Upset alert. Speaking of that Washington team, man, that you were talking about, I got them on upset alert, man, today. Man, because of the way that your secondary is playing, man, I got them on upset alert. And another team that I have on upset alert is UCLA. And I know you like, Steve, UCLA for real. Why UCLA? Well, man, I've seen how Arizona, the team that they're playing, and Arizona is playing their 5th ranked team. So, man, they're not going to be spooked by the situation. That's just 2 teams that I see on upset alert, which gets me to my pick'em for the week. Who you got? Kansas State is a 4.5 point underdog to Texas, man. Longhorns man, started to right the ship, man. This one here is going to come down to the ability of the Texas defensive line, Devontae Sweat and company, against the Kansas State rushing offense. Kansas State's DJ Giddens, man, goes for 263 yards just last week. Can they slow him up? Man, Dale Parker, give me your pick on this one. Who do you like?
I'll give it 4.5 and take Texas. I think Texas is, losing to Oklahoma, really, lit a fire under them and what got them awake, to finish out the season strong and hopefully get a chance to get back into, the CFP tournament at the end of the year, going into the early part of next year. So I got Texas, and I'll give it 4.5.
Ooh, man, I like Kansas State, man. Give me the 4.5 in Kansas State. I'm going to take the underdog in this one, man. That gets me to Oklahoma. Oklahoma State, the end of Bedlam as we know it, man. This is it, man. The end of a great rivalry. Who do you like in this one?
I hate to see the end of this rivalry to come about, with all the changes going on, in college football. Gundy has never really, I've never really been impressed by him. Give me Oklahoma in this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay the 6 myself and take Oklahoma. I like that's a good pick, Dale. And then the game of the day. You spoke of them, LSU, Alabama. But this one here is a 3-point affair. Alabama is a 3-point favorite in this one.
This is a tough one, Steve. LSU has been really up and down all year, haven't been really consistent on both sides of the ball. Like I said earlier, Alabama has really turned it around and, getting a lot of good play out of the quarterback position and wide receiver. I'm not a big Alabama fan, but I'll give it 3 points and I'll take Alabama.
Good bet. So will I, man. I like that bet. I like the way that looks, man. So there we go. That's our college pick'em. And so that gets me to, man, NFL storylines. Let's do a little bit of storyline. So, man, when I get to NFL storylines, man, my power rankings for this week, Dale Parker, Cincinnati Bengals. I got Cincinnati at number 5, breaking into this week's power rankings, man. Kansas City falling to number 4. They're down 2 spots. I've got the Jacksonville Jaguars, man, at number 3, holding fast, man. The Baltimore Ravens at number 2, and the Philadelphia Eagles at number 1, man. You got any problems with how I see the power rankings?
I really don't. Even though Cincinnati has 3 losses on the season, you know, Joe Burrow is getting healthy, and that offense is starting to click, you know, with Jamar Chase, especially, you know, going out there setting the tone, and their defense is really starting to turn around. Cincinnati's been notorious slow starter the last 3-4 seasons, and they picked it up. So as much as I would love to see my Dolphins in that spot, you know, I don't have an issue because they only have 2 losses. I don't have an issue with Cincinnati being there because Miami really needs to step up and beat Kansas City tomorrow morning over in Germany to get into
that's going to be a good game. Yeah, we got more on that one here in a minute, man. Speaking of Kansas City, man. Hey, man, here's a game I call, man, thriving or surviving. Is this team thriving or surviving, man? We're not talking contender, pretender. Is this team thriving or surviving? The Kansas City Chiefs, man, in my opinion, Dale Parker, they're just surviving right now.
That's it, surviving. I agree with you. You know, lost too many weapons for Mahomes at wide receiver, and you know he's constantly relying on Kelsey. And if Taylor Swift don't show up at the game, you know they really haven't been able to put up the numbers that they have. Yeah, when she does show up. So yeah, right now they're surviving. They're just hanging on, but you know you can't count Jordan out.
Baltimore Ravens, surviving or thriving?
Thriving.
Yeah, they
Baltimore is playing really good right now.
Buffalo Bills, thriving or surviving? And they seem to be, man, at Tribal Council and Survivor, you know.
I definitely agree with you.
You know, speaking of the Miami Dolphins, man, thriving or surviving?
Right now, they're just surviving. This will be a big test tomorrow, and the rest of the season, their schedule, they got the Jets twice, they got Dallas, you know, they got Buffalo again, so they got their hands full. So again, this is going to be a big test come tomorrow morning in Germany.
Man, I got them. We talking. We saying surviving or thriving, man. These guys definitely are thriving right now. They've gotten off the deck, and it is a problem.
Yeah,
definitely.
Cincinnati's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem, man. That gets me, man. Because as I'm going through my pick 6, man, I'm going to get you your money for this week. Here you go, man. It's easy pickings for me. My lock of the let's go with the game that you've been talking about, man. Miami, Kansas City, man, over there in Frankfurt, Germany, man. You know, man, a weird place, man. One thing I don't like is the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs just decided to show up there. The Miami Dolphins has been there for a while, man. The one thing that I expect that Miami is going to bring the best out of Patrick Mahomes. He's feeling better, man. I've got Kansas City winning this one 27-24. Seattle, Baltimore, man. Here's another one. It's going to be a big-time game, man. Can Geno Smith, man, get up off the deck and match Lamar Jackson? I don't think he can. I like Baltimore in this one, 26-17. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Buffalo Bills play in a primetime affair. Man, I think both offenses thrive. I just think the Cincinnati offense thrives a little bit better. I have them winning this one 30-24. Dallas, Philadelphia. This is a game that everybody's talking about, man. Can the Dallas Cowboys knuckle up? Can they finally stand up to the bad boys, the Philadelphia Eagles? I say they won't be able to. I like Philly in this one, 35-31. That brings me to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Houston Texans. This one I think is going to be a low-scoring affair. Give me Houston in this one. I like them to win 17-16. And my lock of the week is the Minnesota Vikings and the Atlanta Falcons. I love the Falcons in this one. Give me anybody that doesn't have a quarterback that is coming off of, we don't know who the quarterback's going to be. Some dude that they got off the practice squad. it don't matter. It's not going to be enough to beat the Atlanta Falcons. I got them winning this one 16-12. So there you go. That's my pick 6 of the week. And, man, that gets me to my NBA update. So, you know, Dale Parker, we already talked about this, man. James Harden, man. But you know, you and I talked a little bit since this. Man, have you had any kind of change of heart of James Harden? How you feel about Harden now that you've had to hear what he's had to say, man? He's got some credence to what he's saying, man.
Absolutely not.
Oh boy.
Basketball,
yeah, pretty much
than anything. And when he signed his contract, you know, he made the decision not to sign. Yeah. But what do you expect? And the way he's playing, especially in the playoffs, you know, okay, James, you are a system. You're not a system player. You are a system. Okay, well, what kind of system you gonna be with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook? You ain't gonna be able to do what you want to do.
Well, he might be able to, because man, them dudes are never on the court anyway, you know.
Well, yeah, that maybe that's what he's hoping for, you know, in a strange way, or maybe that's what his mind is set on, not hoping for, because I don't think he really wants anybody to be injured. But maybe his mindset is, you know, they don't play a full season anyway because of injury, so I get a chance to show what I can do. I'm on a 1-year deal right now, you know, because he picked up his player option, and then maybe I can get a max deal, you know, from somebody next season. But I just don't see it happening. Yeah,
man. We definitely got our eyes on that one, man. I tell you what, all eyes are on right now, man. This is the NBA Cup, man. This is an in-season tournament. The games are played on Tuesdays and Fridays in November. Games started last night. If you don't know, this is how this thing works. They've broken the NBA up into two 3-team groups. Group A, 5 teams in each group, and each team will play each other. It'll be a total of twice, I do believe, once, home and home. In any event, it's 7 games that'll be that. The top teams, the winner of each draw, will move on to the knockout round, and the team with the second best record in each of those groups, East and the Western, move on as well. You move into the knockout round where you move to Vegas and you play into the tournament. This thing started last night, Dale Parker. I love the way the courts look. When you look at some of the action in particular, when you look at what stood out to me was the finish in Group B of the Western Conference that had the Warriors and the Thunder. Boy, they really threw down, man. That was Group C. I apologize. Man, it's hard to keep up with the groups. But, man, I love the way the court is. I love the way the action is. And it just was a different kind of feel last night.
Definitely, I agree with you. I love the courts, you know, also. And, you know, it gives the guys something to play for, something to look forward to, you know, during the regular season here, this in-season tournament. When they first talked about it, I was kind of skeptical on it, but I really like it. And like you said, Golden State, you know, them and the Thunder, they went at it. And back-to-back games where Golden State hits a shot with 0.2 of a second left, you know, to go in the lead and eventually win the game.
Man, yeah. The Bucks, again, Dame time shows up, shows out, gets the job done for these guys, man. As the season goes on, they're definitely going to be one of the problems in this. But one of the problems that you and I have talked about, and man, I just want to spend a little bit of time talking about him. Damn, that's all I can say, man. I mean, I thought he'd be good, but I didn't know he was going to be this damn good. Dale Parker, man, you got to talk to me about this kid, Victor Wembanyama, man. I mean, is he even better than we thought? I mean, is he already a superstar?
He's a superstar in the making. and he's right there, borderline superstar. Of course, you don't want to, give him that superstar mantle just 4 or 5 games into the season. But the way he's playing, man, is unbelievable. Shooting 79% from the field in the fourth quarter this year of games, 15 for 19. Came out in that game, the fourth quarter against the Spurs on Thursday night. Back-to-back threes, mid-range 2, and he makes his free throws. So it's not like you can foul him and he's going to go to the line and miss. This guy, he's the complete package. He plays defense. The guy is unreal, and unstoppable at 7'4".
Man, there you go, man. Because see, what they're starting to hit him on is basket cuts, man. And they're starting to see that, if I throw the damn ball up, he'll go get it. And that is what's going to be the problem in the NBA, is because he is starting to figure it out. And I've watched all throughout the entire reaction of Victor Wembanyama through this Gail Parker. I've watched how none of the media people has stated how good this kid gets, not just in the fourth quarter, but once he's seen something again. The first time that they played the Suns, he was good. He ended up with 21. When he saw that, and you brought that back, and he's like, "Hey, is that all you got? Because I got a lot of more," And he brought more, and you saw him. Man, when we were talking about it, looking at times, we were like, "Man, take it, man, do a basket cut, get in the lane." What you saw when the game was on the line, he was asking for the ball. Give me the damn ball and get out of the way, man. This is what. And in 5 games, Dale Parker, they have come to figure out he's the best guy on the damn team getting the ball. It didn't take long to figure this out.
Well, they should have knew that when they drafted him.
And I understand that, but
that he was the best guy. I'm talking about his teammates should have knew that when they drafted him. But I tell you what I like about him, Steve. I watched him go to the block in that game Thursday night, late in the game in the fourth quarter. They say, "Okay, give me the ball on the block. I'm going to make a move to the middle of the court. You can't bring the double team, because if you do, I'm tall enough to pass over any double team you bring my way." And he just was taking advantage of the Suns and all the tools that he has.
Yeah. I mean, it's, the kid leaves you. You try to say you've never seen it before, but we have. It's called Will Chamberlain. We're seeing this again.
But Will couldn't shoot like him.
Well, he didn't. He could, but he didn't. And that's just it. To me, is how you've got a 7-foot guy out here checking out at the top of the key. He gives him the head and shoulders, man. Leaves the guy and he pulls up and he knocks down the 3. Like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, man.
Yeah, he got a game like he's 6'5", not 7'4". And he's gonna be problem for the league for the next 15 to 20 years. That's all I can say.
Man. But I love the in-season tournament, man. It's giving it juice. Because I definitely watched the games last night. Like I couldn't turn them off. And I love the court. I just love everything about it. They took and they made it different. I didn't know how they were going to do it, but they, my guy, man, Adam Silver's done a good job at marketing his product, man, and Goodell needs to take a little bit from that, man. And some of these other commissioners need to take away from this guy's man's vision, man. He's a visionary.
Yep.
So there you go, man. Hey, look here again, man. Next Saturday, man, it's Albert the Prince Bell, man. You gonna make it down there? You want to go down there?
I'm gonna try to make it down there. I got something going on early, at like 4 o'clock, but I should be able to make it down later on.
Well, we're covering it, man. Keeping the real sports is covering it. So
okay.
So there's that. So just let me know, man. And but we're definitely gonna get down there and we're gonna get that thing covered up, man. We'll have all of the answers to the test, man, on Monday. And just like I'll have all the answers to the test on Monday, I'll tell you how I did on my pick six. I'll tell you how I did on my college pick'em, and then I'll give you this week's NFL rankings and this week's college football poll, man. It's a great big Saturday, man. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share the content, man. Bring a friend, tell a friend. Mondays and Thursdays, 7 p.m. and then Saturday mornings at 10. This is how we do it. We keep it real. And until Monday, I wish you love and peace. Chuck them deuces.
Come on. I told you I got you. Wanna talk about his game, he can talk about it. Tennis, match, golf, he can talk about it. Don't matter what it is, he can talk about it. Any sport dude, he know about it. Say your boy bum, don't doubt it. If he tell you that it is what it is, the real sports guy in the sand. Talk show game in the bag, man. Rep, don't have to throw the flag, man. Steve Taylor, and it's over. OVA.